Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, is laying an elaborate strategy to snatch ODM party from Raila Odinga using the ODM rebel MPs from Nyanza. And whether that scheme is going to succeed is something that we can't tell as at now. But the truth is, William Ruto believes that he's already done with Jubilee Party. Jubilee Party is now under the grip of Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege. And it's not going to be the first time William Ruto is making attempts to snatch ODM party from Raila Odinga. I want to play for you a short clip of Raila Odinga, the gay member of parliament, because there's a statement he made. And from that statement, if you understand politics, you can clearly tell the scheme. But before we do that, I want to take you back a bit because I've just begun by saying that it's not going to be the first time William Ruto is making an attempt to snatch ODM party from the grip of Raila Odinga. In 2014, ODM party was supposed to conduct national elections. The elections went on smoothly from the grassroots up to county level. During that time, we were running an outfit. And elections went on smoothly. Then at the national level, that's where hell broke loose. The men in black invaded Kasarani. And that's how Raila Odinga was able to save ODM party. William Ruto had schemed, because he was the deputy president at that time, had schemed using Ababu Namwamba, who then influenced majority of ODM delegates who didn't know what was happening at the background. Ababu Namwamba had a team that was going by the name Team Fresh. That team included Joho, it included Nanok, and several other young turks. While on the other side, there was a team that was supporting Agnes Zani. That team was, I think, led by Otieno Kajwang. I was in that team Zani. On the election day, just from nowhere, men in black saved ODM party.
Without register, there is no election. We want the register brought here. We want the register brought here.
Mora, you are right. Yeah. You are right. You are right.
Yes, right. Yes. We want the register first. We are the delegates. We want the register first. We can't allow this to happen.
This is ODM.
If that election had gone on as planned, Raila Odinga would have lost ODM party to William Samoei Arap Ruto. But can Ruto repeat the same? Now that is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Listening to Raila Odinga very closely and pay very close attention to what he is not saying.
And that was in the next Secretary General, in the next election, where Dr. William is going to be taking a stab at the second term as the president of the Republic of Kenya. I want to sit with him on the table, to take ODM to him so that we can negotiate, so that when he forms government in 2027, the Luos are in their numbers.
I think what is important is to acknowledge the fact we lost an election. Losing an election is not the end. And that's why I say, as a party of ODM, as a party that imminently is ready to form the next government, as a dominant party in the Republic of Kenya, I have given myself as the next Secretary General of ODM as a party. I believe I have the competence and competencies that bequeaths that position a man that is able to fight and lead the people of Lake Luo Nyanza to the house at the hill.
And by the way, Isaac Mwaura was innocent on that particular day. He didn't really know what was happening. I remember our group sponsored a headline because as youths, we had identified a gentleman called Bob Njagi, whom we wanted to be the organizing secretary, deputy organizing secretary. Then Ababu Namomba's team shortchanged the gentleman. And then we sponsored news headline of a new list of delegates. And that was the bone of contention at that time. But let us not get into that as at now. Let us focus on why William Ruto wants to snatch ODM party from Raila Odinga. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. Now, listening to Elisha Odhiambo again.
We are cognizant that Raila Odinga is our leader in ODM party. And my people in game have assured me of that support as an ODM MP. And I have said many times that I'm going to be the next Secretary General of ODM. Because it appeared to me that the leadership that surrounded Raila Odinga, they are not brave, they are not tough, they are not strategic in helping the people of Luo get the presidency. Me and the people of Game, we are going to support President William Samoei Ruto to ensure that after 5 years, even me as Elisha, who knows, I could also vie. Who knows? You know, this thing is given by heaven. The heaven can open the floodgates and everything else changes.
But the question is, why is William Ruto interested in ODM party? And can he really snatch ODM party from the grip of Raila Odinga? I don't think William Ruto can snatch ODM party from the grip of Raila Odinga. Kibaki failed, Uhuru failed, he's also going to fail. Because Raila Odinga is different. Raila Odinga doesn't have supporters. Raila Odinga has followers. That's the difference. Followers would always go with Raila Odinga. So that if today Raila Odinga were to say that we are dissolving ODM party and we are forming another political party, those people will definitely just go with Raila Odinga. So unless Raila Odinga is not there, any idea and thought of snatching ODM will not succeed. And the truth of the matter is that the dreaded men in black are always on standby to protect ODM party. And that's why the members of parliament, the rebel ones, are finding it very difficult to even move freely in Nairobi and even in their constituencies. For example, Elisha Odhiambo can only address the residents of Game right inside his compound. He can't even address them outside his compound just because of the dreaded men in black. But why do you think Ruto is keen on snatching ODM from Raila Odinga? Number one, William Ruto is keen on engineering mass exodus from ODM party. That's exactly what he intended to do in 2014. That we were going to have an election. Ababu Namomba's team was going to carry the day. Then the results were going to be declared, the results were not going to be declared. Then that team was going to declare themselves the officials of the party. Then a dispute. And because Raila Odinga is ODM and ODM is Raila Odinga, they were not going to go anywhere. And their only option was going to engineer mass exodus. Now that's the same strategy William Ruto intends to have these ODM elections go on, because Raila Odinga is planning ODM elections. And then he's going to sponsor people like Elisha Odhiambo for those positions. And then they're going to be well funded. Then he hopes that elections are going to go on. Then some of these guys are going to get dissatisfied, or a dispute is going to arise. And then they are going to use that dispute to call for a press conference and announce that because ODM party is undemocratic, because we won and we were not allowed to take charge, we are now defecting to a new political party. If you follow William Ruto's script, it's the same. That's exactly what he used in after falling out with ODM, with Raila Odinga in ODM. William Ruto just mobilized a group of people within ODM. Then at the right time, he decided to live with them. He tried the same, actually did the same with Jubilee. After his dispute with Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto managed to rally huge number of supporters within Jubilee. Until last time, then they announced the departure to UDA. That's exactly what he's planning to do in ODM. But I want to advise Ruto. ODM is not Jubilee. And when you see the members of parliament you are sponsoring are finding it difficult to move around, it's because ODM can never be Jubilee, especially in Nyanza. Number two, William Ruto's strategy is clearly to create a momentum for a new party in Nyanza. I've talked to some of these rebel MPs, and they are telling me that according to their estimations, Raila Odinga is still very strong, and UDA cannot be accepted in Nyanza. So they are planning to do something that I think one individual has succeeded in doing. The Uganda member of parliament, David Ochieng, where they're going to identify a political party, then contest on that political party in the hope that some of them are going to win. This is what Ruto is planning to do. He's going to sponsor these people to contest. Of course, like for example, if you go to game, Elisha has his people. You can't say he doesn't have. He has his people. Whether they are 2, 3, 5, 600, whether they are 10,000, he has his people. When ODM calls for election, he can sponsor some of his people to strategic positions, like at the ward level, at the constituency level, even at the county level. They might succeed in that. Then these are the people who are going to bring problems. Then these people are going to be defeated at some point. Then they'll call themselves to a press conference and announce that for them, they have not been treated fairly in ODM party, and therefore they are defecting. That's going to create a momentum for their new political party. So they shall have already identified that new political party, whether it is MDG or another political party, but that is the strategy. Number three, William Ruto is keen on keeping Raila Odinga busy within ODM party. Ruto just wants to keep Raila busy. You conduct elections, the Elisha making noise here, Karoli making noise there, Ojienda busy making noise and launching those kind of chief offices, just to keep Raila Odinga busy in ODM party, without thinking outside Nyanza. Number four, why Ruto is keen on snatching ODM party while he knows he can't do that, is because he is keen on reducing further the number of ODM elected leaders across the country. As long as there's a dispute in election, you can be assured that some people will be dissatisfied. These people will end up not voting, or these people will end up moving to another political party. And if you have, let's say, in 100 constituencies, and you have 10 people disputing or fighting ODM party, a few of them might succeed. That will only add into reducing the numbers of ODM elected leaders. And that's what Ruto wants. Ruto wants ODM to have the minimum members of parliament it can. And lastly, Ruto is also keen on painting ODM party as a violent and undemocratic party. Period. Because Raila Odinga has always prided himself as the Democrat. So if he won't be able to allow these people to contest in ODM party, then a communication strategy will be created where ODM will be painted as undemocratic. I don't know what you think. Do you think William Ruto can succeed in snatching ODM party from Raila Odinga? Yes, he can succeed. No, he cannot succeed. Let me read your comment below. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.